All right, all right. Stefan, now you can go ahead. We understand that there's a lot of congestion at Beitbridge border post. May you please tell us what should people bring so that we don't contribute in the congestion?
Well, I think it's no different to what we have been doing all these years when people traveling between our countries. The only additional requirement, obviously, if you are coming into South Africa, is the need for a COVID test. But that is not a requirement on departure, and I think that needs to be understood because what we have observed and noted is that people are stopped because of a COVID test on departure. And it will also just be the right thing to do is that get to the border post with the necessary documents. First, the immigration requirements that needs to be complied with, and then secondly, obviously, there's the issue of health protocols that need to be complied with. These are all information that is, I think, as far as I'm concerned, available on different websites, whether it's Home Office or the Department of Health, in terms of what is it that is required to enter into South Africa. A COVID test certificate is required, not older than 72 hours. That is on the South African entry requirement. But on departure, it's only the compliance to immigration regulatory framework that says that you need to have a valid passport, not to have been overstayed and then to be processed to leave the country.
Okay. What about this issue of for those people who overstayed during lockdown? Are they exempted as because the minister said they are exempted? I don't know. Is it still stand like that?
Yeah, I think the Minister of Home Affairs had made it very clear that people that have overstayed during the period of lockdown will be extended until the 31st of January. So nobody should be declared undesirable during the period of lockdown. But what we also know is that people who had already been longer in the country by the 15th of February. So if you have been overstayed before the 15th of February, you will be declared undesirable. But if you have overstayed from the 15th of February onwards, then you should not be declared undesirable, and that is until the 30th of January.
Okay, and then at the same time, there are some people whose passports expired, not days, but passport expired during lockdown. Are they also exempted?
No, they're not exempted. Any person traveling between two countries needs to have a valid passport, and the embassies have got that responsibility. So those who are in South Africa, non-South Africans, needs to go to the embassies, and the embassies needs to issue them with emergency traveling certificate. It's normally a single trip back to the country so that they can just get out of South Africa and then get a passport issued on in the country of origin.
Okay, and then there's this issue of we see that the border is locked. There's no movement of traffic. It's very, very slow, and traffic from the South African side is even blocking traffic from the Zimbabwean side. Have you resolved something?
Well, we are still stuck here, and we are still struggling, and that is just simply because of lawlessness. Because if people are not able to comply with the traffic regulations that says that stay in the lane that you're supposed to, you are going into oncoming lane, you are bound to have this. This is complete lawlessness, and we have been saying to people, even not only this year, but previous years as well, because we have had this situation previously where people are actually driving in the oncoming lane. Now we are not helping anybody because everyone is now stuck because they thought they will get to the border much quicker, and now we find ourselves in this locked situation. And it's simply because people who are departing for Zimbabwe and the rest of the sub-Saharan region is doing this. This is why we are here.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. Okay, so what can you advise the travelers? What should they do so that they don't contribute? I mean, on the this congestion thing.
Well, I mean, for me, it is just that if people comply to the road management or traffic rules, there shouldn't be an issue. Because if you stay in your lane, there will be enough space for traffic that comes from Zimbabwe into South Africa. Now that we have a situation that people rush to the port for no apparent reason, now we are actually not even helping each other. because people are sitting now locked in this because people are using opposite lane.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. As International Cross-Border Traders Association, we will try our level best to assist and make sure that you work smoothly at the border there. We really appreciate you are doing a very, very great job. And I also understand that there is also this testing of people at a very, very cheaper price. Can you confirm?
But you see, that is leading to the congestion because when people come to the border, they're not supposed to come here, be tested, and wait for the results. That obviously leads to congestion. We are encouraging people to do tests before the border post, so that by the time when you get to the border post, you have already been tested, and you are only doing the immigration and customs processes. Now, if you come here and you have to test yourself, you're stuck in the border and then wait for the results, which is another 30, 40 minutes. Now, obviously, that is, you're not going to be the first and the only person, and that is why we have a situation of congestion in our ports of entry.
Okay, and then what about those people who are in the queue and their COVID test certificates expires while they are in the queue?
Well, it is. I mean, this is not only with birth certificates at health. We know we've been dealing with this in immigration for a long time. We know that people would tell us that we've been in the queue since that time and that time. And if you can prove that that is the case, obviously we will have to accept that. But we also know that people are deliberately not in time for the 72 hours. And then we'll have to review that decision. But it's a matter that it's really a management issue and it should be dealt with accordingly.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. And there are some rumors also that there's a female passenger who passed away at the border and people are confused. What happened?
Well, I cannot confirm that. I arrived here just around 6 o'clock and I am still finding my way to the border. So I'm still trying to, I have not even met the port management committee which is responsible for managing the stage here.
And then lastly, I understand that there was a meeting between Zimbabwe and South Africa, and you and your Zimbabwean counterparts as far as this congestion is concerned. Did you resolve anything?
Well, I was not part of that meeting, so I would not know what was discussed. And if I had this meeting with the managers here, I would have been in a better place to respond to that question.
Okay, thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you for your time. We'll always try to make sure that people comes with proper documentation. Mazvinzwira hama dzangu, mazvinzwira chiri musakasaka chinozvinzwira. Well, anonzi Van Nel ndiye spokesperson weborder reBeitbridge South African side, talking to us live from Beitbridge border post. At least your questions are answered. I also learned something that when you are going to South Africa or going to Zimbabwe, hapana kunzi COVID-19 test certificate haidiwe ku South African side, inodiwa only ku Zimbabwean side. And then when you are coming from Zimbabwe, COVID-19 test certificate inodiwa ku South African side chete. I don't know kuti mamuchivanzwa zviri clear here vakuru ava pavanga vachitaura, mungezeka hazotaura zvinonyatsoonzwika, but I hope kuti vanhu vazhinji vanzwa zvaanga achitaura. So point number 1, COVID-19 test certificate inodiwa kana uchiuya ku South Africa. When you are departing, COVID-19 test certificate haidikanwa. Ndo chinhu chekutanga. Chechipiri ndechekuti kana madays ako expire during lockdown, anditi paka implementwa lockdown paipai madays ako expire, you are exempted from penalties. Haubhadhariswe chinhu, musadyirwe mari nemadrivers, hakuna, it's free. Ndo varidzi vebhodha vandachitaura navo, these are the people in charge of Beitbridge border post South African side, right? So kana madays ako akapera during lockdown haisi problem. Asi hanzi passport, kana passport yaka expire during lockdown, unofanwa kuenda kuembassy unogadzirwa emergency traveling document so that unokwanisa kuti kudarika paborder, otherwise unoita problem. Pana abvunza